Y'all ready to get going?
Yeah.
Well, let's do initiative then.
Ooh.
I
Hey, real quick. I mean, I'm gonna roll anyway. But are we? Did we all go inside the cave?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I assume. I was making the assumption, but you're within. Like the cave itself is not very large. It's like maybe like a 10 by 15 foot insertion before it goes to the narrower cave further in.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, as I was coming in, I would cast light because I don't have dark vision. So
The light was already cast from Broadus.
okay, so it's lit up. Got it.
Yeah, I feel like my quarterstaff is producing light.
So you look like Darth Maul right now.
It's purple, bitch.
Eat it.
Sorry, it's purple, motherfucker.
There you go. There you go.
That's not Darth Maul.
He got that because he just asked. He wanted to see himself on the battlefields.
That's
All right, Broadus, give me your initiative.
13.
13. Cade.
9.
9. Pate.
6.
6.
Yeah,
Grubbuth.
rolled 4.
4.
4. Brigwin.
also 6.
Also 6. Shadow.
15.
15. And Wolves.
27.
God.
Motherfuckers.
All right, Shadow, you're first. 3 wolves burst out of the interior of the caverns. They are about 15 feet from you.
Well, I will.
Oh wait, no, you moved in. Then they are about 5 feet from you when they come bursting through.
I will use my movement to get around one, hopefully, and take a stab at it.
All right,
Take a stab at it.
do a stab.
Now flanking works different in this game, doesn't it? It's not draw a line through, it's just be adjacent to, correct?
If both of you are, yes.
Yeah.
I miss with a 9.
Miss with a 9. Let's see. Do you miss with a 9? That's a good question. Yes, you do. Okay, just making sure. Like like I said, bounded accuracy. Some ACs are way lower than you think.
Okay.
Flanking is a variant rule for 5th edition, but we're going with that variant rule. If you are both adjacent to an enemy, then you get advantage on the attack.
Whoop.
Variant rule. That just really says the rules are more like guidelines.
Well, yeah, they're pretty like mix and match. Brodus, your go.
Is there any way for me to do burning hands without affecting Shadow?
I'm gonna say if you spin your move action to get a different angle, then you can hit 2 of them.
Okay, then I will do that.
All right.
Burning hands, I think, is a DC 13.
All right. I fail one, pass the other.
And so it'll be full damage on one, half on the other.
Yeah.
I walk out to a side and oh, desert wind, save us from this horrible mess. And 9 damage total.
All right. 9
And that is one of my 2 spells for the entire day.
all right. Cade, it's your go.
What does it take to draw weapons?
They're just part of your attack at this point on this game. You can draw 1 weapon as part of your attack action.
With my feet, that means I can draw both.
Correct.
So I will draw both and approach the wolf that Shadow is adjacent to,
Okay.
thus putting us both in flanking.
All right. This one is fresh.
So this is my axe. This is my sword. Natural 20 on my axe. And then 16 on my sword.
20. All right. You can re-roll I know it doesn't matter if you re-roll the natural 20, but you can re-roll the other one because you are flanking.
Flanking.
Right.
You might get an extra natural 20. You never know.
Well, it's a 21 to hit.
All right. Well, so 1 crit and 1 hit.
24 damage on the wolf.
24.
24.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. You you run up to this wolf.
Damn.
Basically like just run it through, and then as you pull out, just whack its head off with your axe. Pate or Brigwin, who's got the best initiative?
I'm the
+3.
2.
All right, then you're first, Brigwin.
So you said we're all inside
Yeah.
the place?
I assume you're further toward the cave mouth entrance, so you're about 15 feet away from the monsters or the wolves.
Is the cave like conducive to using my bow, or should I use another weapon?
You can use the bow in here. I'd say, yeah, you could probably get a clean shot in here.
All right. Well, I'm going to apologize to the wolf for coming into its home and murdering it. And I'm probably not going to hit it with a 7.
No, afraid not. The
Alright.
wolf dodges out of the way of the arrow.
Good. My heart wasn't in it.
All right, Pate.
I will attack the closest wolf to me. I'm not sure exactly where I am, but I'll need a con save from the wolf as I use the cold chill energies around me to hurl a icicle at it.
I fail.
13 is what you're looking for?
Yeah, no, I don't get anywhere near that.
Okay. Oh, I rolled max damage on that, so that's a 6.
All right.
And he's also disadvantaged for his next attack.
Excuse me.
Quite the awesome cantrip.
It doesn't matter if he's disadvantaged because he's dead.
What's a 6?
Yep.
Jesus.
You hit the one that was already dead. The other two have already been damaged by a burning hand spell.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Groblith, I can't believe I rolled so low on the wolf. The wolves go dead last, and they're going to be
wow.
dead before they can attack.
I will run up to the closest one.
All right,
With
the
my
only one left.
Last one.
Yep. I will also cast Shillelagh with my bonus action, and then I
Sure.
will attack.
All right,
For an 11.
all right. That will not hit.
Oh.
Yay!
Wait, is it not flanking with the other people?
No, the one we were on is dead.
No, this one isn't flanking with anybody. No one
Okay.
else is fighting this one.
Okay.
It gets to go. All right, I get an attack off. That's nice. It turns and tries to bite you, Groblith. And of course, I fucking missed. So
Yeah. All right.
top of the round, your go, Shadow.
I will take a move action and flank with Groblith, and then take a stab with my rapier. Good thing I had advantage because I rolled a 1, and then my other dice was a 12 plus 5 gives me a 17.
All right, that will hit.
All right, and
3
I
damage.
get sneak attack with any attack that gets advantage. 8 damage.
8 damage is all you need to finish this guy off. The last of the wolves goes down with a yipe, spoken in a very monotone yipe, like that. That's how it dies.
Well, in order to make this worth our while, perhaps we should skin these wolves and sell their pelts, or use their pelts because it's fucking cold here.
Yeah, or
Might make their death mean something.
Exactly. Yes.
well,
All
you
right.
all do that. I'm going to keep looking for this person that might be dead or dying.
We'll come back to the skinning of the wolves.
All right.
I will stay with the skinning of the wolves.
All right. Who's
We don't
going
have
further
painters
into the
here
cave
first.
then? Just you brought us?
Yeah.
Well, I will accompany Brodus.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we're all leaving here.
You're skinning
I'm
the
not-
wolf,
Yeah,
though.
the wolves can be skinned.
Are you
later.
dragging the wolf along with you, skinning it, following Brodus around?
Don't worry, the wolves are keep. It's cold as a witch's tit outside.
And we've got to come back this way. So I was just throwing that suggestion out there so that we don't forget that there's wolf pelts here.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check, or perception actually would be better.
I will help
Who's
you.
doing that?
I got a 20.
20. All right. Broadus, you actually hear the sounds of labored breathing further into the cave. It sounds like someone's trying to gasp for help, but they can't muster the strength.
I will rush forward heedlessly.
All right. You rush forward heedlessly. You find what appears to be another small cave. This one smells strongly of the wolves themselves, and you can see that they've made a den here. There are a number of like wolf pups just sort of milling around in a shallow there, just sort of huddled together and cold. And you see on a rocky shelf, like in the cave wall, it looks like there's another crack where you see a man who's just wedged between two slabs of stone, open stone, like just out of reach of a leaping wolf. His eyes just open and staring, his teeth chattering like crazy. Like he looks at you disbelievingly.
I'm here to help.
His hand bolts out of the crack and like reaches down towards you.
I will step and crush the puppies as I run this. No,
Is there
Puppy
any
pelts
way-
are the best.
Is there any way to grab him and not kill the wolf? Or
I assume they're puppies. They're probably no threat, huh?
Yeah, no, they're just pups.
Oh, I thought you said there was a wolf leaping up at him.
No, he is out of reach of where a wolf could leap into the crack and try to get at him.
I see.
He ran into their. Okay, what has happened here?
We can piece this together through investigation skills.
Well, yeah, it doesn't take much. Apparently, he was fleeing from the wolves, but ran headlong into a den they had made for themselves without realizing it. Basically, wedging himself in the rocks in the back until you guys came along and rescued him, which is the story he kind of chatters out as you pull him down out of the rocks. He thanks you profusely.
I'll cure him if he seems wounded.
He is wounded,
Or, you know what?
but he's mostly cold, extremely cold.
Then I will not cure him with my last spell. Seeing that there's puppies here.
Mm-hmm.
The wolf, is there a female wolf that maybe isn't dead, or like in this game if they hit zero?
We all get
just
a pup.
murdered them all.
No,
We
they're all
all-
dead. One
We
of
all
them,
get one of
obviously,
the
the
dire
mother.
wolves.
Hmm.
We all get to take one of the dire wolves with us.
They're not dire wolves. They're just wolves.
Not yet. They're not dire wolves yet.
Wait, how are you going to dire up a normal wolf?
We
These
will
are
do-
dire wolves. Their situation is very dire.
Yeah.
It's extremely dire
It's
situation.
it's
They're
not
in
that
dire
dire.
straits.
They just need a new paint job.
They're orphans.
They have 3 full-sized wolf carcasses that they can eat that'll hold them over for winter.
They are not weaned.
Well, we better get them in there quick while there's still warm milk.
I produced my alligator teats.
Oh, that fungus covered reptile out of here. Jesus Christ.
All right.
We'll say alligator teeth, metal band.
I
No.
thought you were gonna say it's what's for dinner or something. I don't know.
Okay, so I know
Really fishy milk.
yeah, fishing fish milk.
Oh, that's
All
a great
right.
That
album,
seemed like
man.
it would be scaly.
The man introduces himself as Karis Lim. He asks if anyone has a spare coat he could borrow or something.
I have some, spare clothes in my. I mean, they're not. They're more warm than what he has, and I'll throw some on him.
There are wolf pelts being skinned.
Nobody's skinning the wolves yet.
Oh yeah, I should probably go do that.
Robith said he was skinning the wolves.
All right, make a survival check, Grovel. While they're doing
I'm actually proficient in it too. Because I
Okay.
have a hunter something. No, carving artisan.
Do you have leatherworkers tools proficiency or?
I don't have other worker tools, but as part of a short rest, you can harvest bone and hide from a slain beast, construct, dragon, monstrosity, or plant creature of small size or larger to create the following items: a shield, a club, a javelin, blowgun. I would assume I'd be able to get the pelt off with that at least, right?
Okay, yeah, you can get the pelts off.
All right.
All right. Basically the man he's cramped up. He's basically been in a wedged in a crack in the stone for like probably close to 24 hours. Like he can barely walk when you finally help him down. He's very grateful but very cold. So he doesn't really even want to step out in the snow just now. So that gives you plenty of time to harvest your wolf pelts. After his teeth stop chattering at least as much, he tells you there's something in the rocks back up there. If you want to take a look, I couldn't get any further back because it was wedged in there.
I'll go get it.
All
I
right.
shall investigate.
All right, Shadow, you quickly shimmy up the rock wall, and you can see what appears to be a flattish wooden chest. It looks like maybe just a traveler's, like a very primitive kind of old suitcase, maybe. It's made
Oh.
it's made mostly out of wood and leather.
All right, I'll pull it out and open her up.
All right, you pull it out, open her up. It seems to be filled with a lot of moldering clothing, but you also find a purse of gold with 100 coins in it, and you find a very fine masterwork dagger within it.
I will sheath the dagger, and when I climb down, let the group know I found a pouch with 100 gold.
All right.
I thought you were going to say 50. A pouch with 50.
Well, considering I'm not mentioning the dagger at all, I'd be honest about the gold.
Now, what are we going to do with these puppies?
Too many puppies.
Let
Too
me
many
see.
puppies.
Too many puppies.
There are 3 pups.
I thought Grobolith would have eaten one by now.
I've considered it.
Wolf from eating the intestines of the dead wolves. So
Would they be worth anything, Terrence?
To a person that trains animals, they might be, yes. It's
make
a little
them
harder to
count.
train wolves than it is actual dogs, but they could make valuable guard animals if properly trained.
Perhaps the city guard would want wolves as guard dogs, guard animals. Perhaps one of us want a pet wolf.
Kara says, I could probably point you the way to someone to sell them to if you just get me back to town.
No
yeah,
problem.
let's get this gentleman to a warm room and hearth
Here.
fire.
You hold these puppies to your chest. They will warm you both inside and out.
He's hesitant at first, but then when he finally does, and you see them start nibbling at his finger, and his eyes gets really wide. He's like,
But they're warm, yeah? Now here, wear their parents as a coat.
"Ew, you can put wet skins on him.
I mean, they're
Ugh.
probably really warm.
No, you put the skin side out, and you put the fur side in.
It's body heat warm.
Only makes
All
sense.
right.
I don't want him.
All right, you finish here in the cave and escort Karis Lim to the ground. He asks, once he gets to the ground and starts seeing the mess of blood everywhere, which is slowly being covered by a new fall of snow, he says, "What of Denny? Did he?"
Afraid he didn't make it.
Unfortunately, my friend, your friend, did not make it.
All right. Tears stream from the man's face as you lead him toward the town.
But
Oh,
good news. Good news, there are whores in town.
Huh?
I'll tell him it's a shame what happened to his friend as I eat a finger.
Oh, that's gross.
Here's his wife's wedding ring. You can give that to her.
Pick out the
They're
teeth.
really hard to pass.
All right. Once you escort the man back to town. He is grateful for your aid, though obviously put off by some of you.
I have an 8 charisma, y'all.
Me too.
Is it just the lizard, or is he also put off by me?
No, he's not put off by. You're probably the most normal-looking person.
Even though I'm the one that cured him and was the first one he saw for rescue.
Oh no,
Whatever.
he's
I'm a turtle, I guess.
yeah, you're
racist.
you're a turtle, so he obviously knows you're not from this area.
And Pate looks very similar to me. We're both Uslan.
Human. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
I
look
look
human.
Human. Yeah.
So yeah, he'll stick near the humans and the elves as best he can, leaving the reptilian / furry members of your band, keeping back a little. Like he's like, "Are you here to work for the summer?"
No.
Not exactly. No.
You're Delvers?
Yes.
Yes.
Primarily
I-
this year.
I can only speak for myself, and that's my intention. Yes.
Yeah, I look around at everybody who says yes, and I'm like, all right, let's do this.
All right. When you get the man back to town, he asked to be he asked if you could escort him home, help him get home. Like he's basically exhausted and but barely on his feet by the time you get back to town. And when you drop him off at his house, his wife is overjoyed to see him. Takes
Good.
him in, and then she takes him in and she offers y'all some hot drinks if you want, a meal if you need it.
We
Yeah.
should probably collect our money from Madam Nightshade.
The man says, "I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give you, except for your wolves back."
Well, after we collect our funds, I'll gladly return for the warm meal.
Yeah.
He
I
nods.
wouldn't
He nods.
Say no to a drink.
We should
Also
send
to-
Groblet to go collect our money.
Also to check
Oh.
on your status and make sure that you don't have any frostbite or anything.
His nods. His wife turns and looks at you like with a very like, thank you, like a very just so grateful. She looks like she's in tears. She looks like she's about to hug you at any moment.
I'll open it up. Bring
All right,
it in.
then yeah, if you offer to it, she does gratefully reach out and wrap her arms around your shell and start crying. She's like, "Oh, I'm so worried."
There,
Take a
there,
step back.
there.
Ugh, emotion.
I
The
will
rest
take.
of my companions are mostly heartless, but I will hug.
I'll
After-
take the pelt back, please.
After you take your pelt and your pups and your leave of the house.
Don't forget, he needs a warm bath as quickly as you can make a fire. Is that how you?
Oh, she's
heat
got
water?
she's got a fire going. Like she says, I'll start the kettles right now.
Yes, he needs to soak for a while. It was a terrifying experience. He would have nightmares about this. to come.
From the other room, you hear the man call out, "Honey, they're the Delvers." She stops for a few moments. She's like, "Oh, so early?"
It would seem.
A wizard is never early nor late. You're up precisely what he means to.
"Oh, are you a wizard?"
No,
Yeah.
"I'm quite early."
Not.
quite early.
He's always late. Also.
Because
She says, "Oh, then you'll probably want to check in at the Shattered Shield first thing."
second.
Sure.
You have to
He points in that direction.
She points to, you see that conglomeration of buildings that are all sort of hastily stuck together with mortar and whatnot?
Right. The town.
No. She points. Okay, brief description of Delver's Gate.
Thank
Delver's
you.
Gate looks what happens. Delver's Gate looks looks like what happens if you take a portion of a big city, unscrew it, and then plunk it on top of a mountaintop. It's got a lot of
Okay.
like small, old-timey mountain style like housing, like very like rugged kind of construction on the outskirts. But there in the middle, you see a lot of fine buildings built in like more metropolitan styles. It looks like someone has painstakingly gone out of their way to sort of like modernize the place. And then after that was over, people kind of forgot about it. So you have all these like 60 to 70-year-old style modern buildings that are kind of like a little run down now and have been suffering through just dozens and dozens of extremely harsh winters. And next to all that, you see what appears to be another portion of maybe another time of boom for them, where the buildings aren't quite so fine, quite so modern, but it looks like 3 or 4 of them have been sort of just hastily like renovated and smashed together. And outside you see what appears to be a sign that is just a piece of wood in the shape of a shield with a jagged cut down the middle of it, hanging off with the words painting on the side, Shattered Shield. She's like, it's the inn everyone ends up at, she says.
Well, thank you.
All right. As you head up the high street toward the Shattered Shield, you can finally see what you originally have come here for.
Is the Velvet Room on the way?
No, it is not. It's further in the nicer part of town.
We'll get there later.
All right. The you finally see what you have basically come here to see at the very peak of the mountain up the road. Next to a very fine, finely constructed lodge is a walled-off keep. It rises much higher than it needs to, and it looks precarious. It looks old. It looks like no one lives there. There's no lights in any of the windows. There is, for all intents and purposes, it looks dead, save for a couple of lanterns that hang outside the wide portcullises that somehow remain lit in the wind and the snow. But that is a far off from where you are as you head to the Shattered Shield. The door opens and you see a young half-orc woman step out, and she just like looks around, she shivers, and then she just slooshes out a spittoon into the street, which probably almost instantly freezes over on the cobblestones.
Gross.
Yeah.
But then she just notices you coming. She's like, "Oh, beg my pardon. Guests, come in."
Go
Thank
on,
you.
yeah.
All right. You step inside the shield. You look around. This place is, as I described it, a hodgepodge of buildings that have been renovated and smashed together, with walls knocked out, corridors expanded, roofs raised. It's a full-fledged inn made out of several houses, and one of the biggest rooms in it is the tavern. The walls are decorated with broken weapons and armaments, presumably bought off adventurers who've returned from the dungeon, both alive and dead. You see portraits of famous delvers who've gone in and returned alive, some of the portraits dating back over 150 years. It's spacious but uneven, the ceilings various heights. But it doesn't seem to be terribly occupied at this moment. You see a dwarven man in an apron polishing glasses. He looks up at the firelight and the candles and puts it down, grabs another one. It looks like he's just doing this redundantly. He's just polishing clean glasses. He's got nothing else really to do. And you see a much older man, a human, sitting at one of the tables next to a halfling, a very young man. And with them is sitting a woman with short hair, she's wearing a headband, just with her hair hanging over the side. You ever seen that look? Just like a thick headband with your hair. It looks like it's just covering her ears to keep them warm, with her own hair sticking out the top.
Yes.
And she's got a very thick wool sweater on, and she's just sort of idly chit-chatting with the old man and the halfling. And they all kind of their eyes just sort of all drift over to y'all as you come in. The dwarf at the bar smiles. "Hello, welcome to the Shattered Shield. Come in."
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah.
I'm a dwarf.
You people look frozen to death. How about one of our fine meals?
Sounds great. We are tired from saving some of your townspeople and fighting off wicked wolves.
Master Lim, right? Was that his name?
Yeah. Karis Lim.
Karis Lim.
Oh, you found Karis.
Yeah.
We were so worried.
You seem it, sir.
Sorry, it's been a very long winter. The dwarf comes over to you, sets you down at a table. He lights a little lantern in the middle of it. He calls out, "Hey, stoke up the fire a little bit. We've got guests. Are you folks here for business?"
We're
Delvers.
here for a room for the night.
After you say you're here for a room or not, you hear and he hears the word Delvers. His ears perk up. He's like, "So soon?"
Why does
Currently
everyone keep saying
so.
Yeah.
that?
It's just, sorry, it's very early in the season.
The
Yet
earth
here we
gets
are.
the worm.
Normally they don't come up till the snow melts, but I suppose getting a head start is a good strategy. You're not the first to do it, after all.
How'd that work out for the others that tried it?
Well, that's not really my point to say. I'm not a historian about the thing. You'll have to talk to. He points there. He points to the table with the three sitting at it, poring over some scrolls and things. You'll have to talk to them about that.
They're older guys, like scholars or historians or.
The dwarf laughs and says, "Hey! Yeah. Oh, Tux! These folk want to know if you're a scholar." The old man wheezes out a laugh. He's like, yeah, I'm a scholar, a mathematician.
I feel like you are mocking us, sir.
He's like, no, don't feel that way at all. We're just having a joke.
Very
Old
astute of you.
Tux there just makes the books.
Just makes the books.
The books. You know, the books.
You know, forgive us, sir. We are not from these parts, but he writes books.
No, he makes books.
I believe he is the gambling.
Yes. See, this fellow knows what he's about.
Okay.
Wagers. Yes.
You do a Deadpool, if you will.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. You hear from behind you as the old man, despite his obvious advanced age, just sort of walks up to you, almost unseen. We've got a system, actually. And he pulls up a chair to your table. Do you mind if I sit down? Thank you. First on the scene, I like your gumption.
The cut of our jib.
No, I don't deal in jibs.
No, your jib is garbage.
I've seen much better jibs. Gumption, definitely. Jibs, eh. He's like, so, welcome to Delver's Gate.
Thank you.
Two items that I would like to discuss before we get too far down this rabbit hole. Do you know who will buy wolf pelts / puppies?
Oh, shit. He's like, yeah, we could probably sell those off for you.
Great.
Or get them sold for you. If you don't want to trouble yourself with it.
No.
That one.
Yes.
You said there's 3 puppies? Just start juggling them.
No animal cruelty.
just animal,
But they like it.
Ooh, I'm very gentle with it.
animal bullying, not cruelty. The old man says, "Are you folks a team? Did you come up here together?"
I
Not
believe
exact-
the fates have brought us together for this.
Yes.
So you intend to take Tribulation Keep together? I'm asking. I suppose what I'm saying is, I'm looking for some sort of official thing. Like, if you're, how do I put this? Can I group you as a group?
Take a look around. I'll say we seem to have worked
Do
well
whatever you
together.
want.
Why
I don't
not?
See why not?
We just took out a pack of wolves in like 6 seconds.
One of us only works for fingers, so
Well, you'll need that kind of skill if you're going in Tribulation Keep, that's for sure. He says, good. Do you actually have a name?
for our group.
Yes,
that
a
was
lot of
just
groups.
made a second ago.
Well,
The Backstreet
um,
Boys.
Hooker Caravan.
now would be a fine night to decide on one. You see,
Right,
he,
maybe let us think about that for a minute. That's a
We
good
call
heads up.
ourselves the Happy Hookers.
He's safe. Government is clean and healthy hookers. No, that's too long.
Yeah.
the old
Can't
man,
you just take down each of our names and then maybe
No, I
group
mean
this
each of your
together
names will
later?
be entered into the books, but here's the thing. He gets up and he walks over, and you see him like open up a large cabinet, and when the cabinet opens up, it just really reveals two slates on either side, with slate in the middle, with a bunch of lines painted on. He's like, "This is where we record the teams and the rankings and whatnot. You know, we have ways of checking in, and whenever people come in, they give us updates, how far they've gotten, that sort of things they've done. It's so much to explain to you folks if you've never been here before.
You could just put us down as the winners.
The winners.
We'll be the winners.
I like her confidence.
I actually have an idea for a name.
That we'll discuss later.
Well, I'll let you folks get to it. The old man grinning goes and takes his seat and begins busily talking with the other people again, giving you your time alone.
I mean, you guys are really, everyone's okay with maybe going down there together?
I do think that the gods have brought us together. We seem a little too well-rounded of a group to just be casually forced into a situation alone. It reminds me of a game they played in my village. It was called Caves and some mystical creature named that's not dragon.
We used to play a similar game, but we called it Houses and Humans.
Clearly, this is a blessing from Metagamius, the god of narrative convenience.
That's probably so.
An obscure god, but one I know of.
I mean,
I will...
seriously, we took out a wolf pack in like 8 seconds.
There are safety in numbers.
Right, and I mean, they were heavily, they were just very young mother wolves that were
Starving. Yes. Have you ever
starving and
starving
mainly
wolves?
trying to protect their cubs, but we absolutely murdered them. You're right, sir.
8 seconds at most.
And one of us cut off the dead fingers of one of the bodies that we recovered for this town.
Right. Maybe we could do without the crazy lizard man. But
I think it's all or nothing at this point. Pete will point out, I will mention to the group that I would like for everyone to know that I'm not here just to collect some spoils in return. I plan to make it through.
Yes, maybe it would be easier for us to all adventure together if we knew our reasons for coming here to begin with.
I am taking that crown of dying trying.
Okay.
The sword belongs to me.
So maybe we can work together until we get there. And then...
So ambition is from 2 of you.
I don't believe there's even a crown down there. I want to see what the real treasure is.
Curiosity, that's fitting. What about you, Mr. Turtle?
I believe that the creation of this thing has something to do with some tragedy that bestruck my tribe many, many years ago. I'm delving for answers. You, lady?
I'm curious. Very curious. Just like to see, I want to try something new. I figured, why not this?
There's a whorehouse down the street.
I've been there.
Try
Done that.
all kinds of things.
It's very
I'm
curious.
older than I look, young sir.
So
I've done a lot of things.
curiosity, boredom, answers, and ambition. Now, I will say that the crown I will not wear. When I win it, it's not for me.
Oh, why do you, Pate? Why do you go to the dungeon?
I believe that there is a creature at the depths of these dungeons, or the depths of the keep, that will grant me a boon. Something that is not obtainable in any other way.
Power.
And I'll accept the crown if Cade doesn't want it. I won't make that joke, but I will say that I believe that there is a boon in the depths, and that's about it.
As you finish talking, the dwarf at the bar comes up to you and says, "All right, folks, sorry about that." He puts out some ales for you. He's like, "How in the house for saving Karis?"
Thank you, good man.
Are you familiar with his wife's cooking?
Yes. Did she offer?
She did.
Mm.
Okay, I'll eat the food that he left at the table then.
I mean, if nothing else, we can just nibble on what she offers and push it around my plate a little bit.
He tells you this is one
as one that knows, Wolf is a little stringy.
The ales he sets in front of you, he's like, "Don't worry, this is one of our specialty drinks, Hammer Strike Stout. And of course, can I get you one of our meals? We only have a few things prepared, really. We weren't expecting a lot, but I can just get a selection for you if that's all right."
Sure.
Sounds good.
Or we have some income that's forthcoming. I for one don't have any of it yet. But
Like I said, the meal is on me for your service to the town.
very
In that
good.
case,
Very
we'll
good.
have
Absolutely. Then
another
I'll
round
take
of ale.
3 of whatever you have.
We also, by the way, did just get like 15 gold apiece.
Did we?
Or
The bag of money that Shadow.
oh, that's right. We do have a pouch because the cat did bring the pouch down. That's right.
Yeah.
So we have a pouch of So we but we're obviously
We have
destitute.
another
We have a free
100
meal.
gold that we have to go collect. If she's gonna honor that.
You
We'll
will.
collect it in the morning when the sun rises, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we can go over there tonight with wolf blood all over us and everything. So.
All right. The dwarf's staff, who seem to universally call him father or dad, but they all seem to be of non-dwarven races.
He spends some time at the.
They look half dwarven.
No, they it looks like he just seems to adopt a lot of children.
Oh, okay. Adopts them right after there.
I was kind of hoping to see a dwelf for the first time.
A dwelf.
It's the worst characteristics of both dwarf and elf, and makes a human.
It brings you some very. He says, "I'll just bring you some stuff from our select menu, since that's usually what we have in the back." And you look at the menu, and you see things like Mother Hammer Strike's meat pies, sausage and stewed bitter greens, miners' cakes and jam. And he brings you things like that. He says, "That's bear meat in the pie. I hope you're not allergic."
It's what?
I fall over dead.
Oh,
My one weakness is it's on the character sheet.
Yeah, it's on the paper.
Yeah,
Allergy beers.
Unfavored enemy, bears.
Was everything here sustainably harvested?
I don't know what that means, but sure, if you like that.
That's
Is it farm?
what
Is
I
it farm
needed
to table?
hear.
Did this bear have a name before you butchered it and turned it to soup? I must know.
No, Father, please don't kill me now.
Free range bear, right?
It's Paddington.
Yeah. I was thinking it's the Charmin bear, and they were like, "Look, dude, you're not selling enough toilet paper anymore, so get in the soup."
Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
what's
thinking
in
as
teenage
I
years? He's
take
not
a-
cute anymore.
I'm thinking as I take a mouthful of the soup, one of his kids comes down. He says, "Bear, get them some more rolls."
Your snuggle factor has gone way down. I'm afraid it's time for you.
Those bears have the cleanest asses.
What?
I would think they would be all caked in fucking
If it's the Charmin bears.
Yeah,
little dingleberries.
I got some dingleberries though.
Yeah, you'd
lot of
probably want to
hair.
use the wet wipes if you actually have a fur ass.
That's
sure
why
they
they lick
do.
their ass for like an hour after. You gotta get all. I mean, it
Yeah,
takes
if
a
you
while.
really- If you really want to see a clean bear ass, it's the bidet bears.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Those are French. That's French commercial
So
series,
write
probably.
that down now. Bidet bears.
The bidet bears.
Bear bidet.
What's
Bear
going on
bidet.
your permanent record, Frakes?
Days for bears. Is your bear's asshole not clean?
That's got multiple meanings.
Yeah, I feel like that's an ad on Grinder.
The bear bidet.
That's the twist ending. You do the whole commercial and it's just commercial.
Oh, now we're back to duck bags.
A bear bidet has to be like a fucking fire hose just to get everything.
It's a pressure washer.
Or is the Gimp's name?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
It's
no.
just a gimp with the power washer. The bear
With
bidet.
those turbo ones on it that spins. Oh god.
Power washer was his penis, but
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh, we can't wave. I like to wave.
Now
All right.
introducing
Let's try to get a little bit further ahead. shall we?
yeah.
bear
We get our
animals.
warm, fuzzy meals.
Yeah, you get a filling meal, and the dwarf comes back. He says, "I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Durham Hammerstrike. My partner over there is Old Tux. We own the business. And we have talked to everyone of them. I think we can put you up for the night since you helped us out a bit. Yeah, which is good news for you because you noticed that there is a oh, I am sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. You notice there's no like actual like price for staying here. Like he tells you it's not really an inn. We just need a space for the kids, you know.
So this is a orphanage type place.
No, but you know, me and Tux take in some kids whenever they turn up orphan.
This is your home.
Yeah, well, you know, my home is your home. Have an ale.
Are these children the orphans of Delvers?
Well, we used to have a less savory brothel in town. A lot of them came from there.
Oh.
Thankfully, as you can see, we don't have many very young ones anymore after Madam Nightshade took over. She keeps her girls very organized.
They did seem happy with their profession.
Yes, I
Some of
suppose.
them have a pretty good shoveling technique. You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
Nice visual joke, Matt. You really killed it.
I believe our first quest in this campaign was to escort the escorts. It was given out by Madam Nightshade.
Right. He says, "Oh, doing a little work for her, eh? Well, there's a change."
They were going our way, you know.
He says, "But yeah, we have a little bit of extra room, and if you folks want to crash here tonight before you go into one of the official inns and whatnot."
Is it late? It's probably late, right? Or no?
It's after dark. It's only like 6, really.
Past my bedtime.
But he tells you like
4:30 breakfast comes, you know.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll be up at 4:30 for the Continental.
The coffee, sweet and low.
Go to every inn in town and see what they offer. That's how I'm going to pick where to stay the next night.
Oh well, actually, he can fill you in on that information if you want it.
Oh, please do that off recording.
All right.
Bring sausages. Only 3.
Okay, so if you take his offer to stay at the Shattered Shield for the evening,
We will.
you guys are put up in a very warm, comfortable room. It's clearly a disused room that was probably for a group of youngsters. Sorry, so the beds are a little small. Sorry, I burped in the middle saying. It's clearly a room that was once used by a bunch of youngsters. So the beds are small, but there's a lot of blankets here. They keep themselves pretty warm at night. And when you wake the next day or get done meditating, in the case of the elf, you wake up to see a much more bustling upstairs area where a lot of townsfolk have gathered, and they're all eating various breakfasts. They're having ales. They're basically just doing the normal things people do in a town, but that is snowed in and kind of bored, and basically just enjoying themselves at the inn while they can. You don't see Durham Hammerstrike. He doesn't seem to be at the bar right now. You see one of his other children there. The half-orc that was throwing the spittoon out in the morning. She greets you, says, "Good morning." You folks having a seat, having breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right. She provides you with something she calls the Mad King's full breakfast: 4 spicy mountain goat sausages, 4 strips bacon, 4 fried eggs, baked beans, fried mushrooms and onions, baked potato topped with grizzly gravy, and crown-shaped toast points with honey butter. She says, I was told to waive the fee this morning, but this is one of our expensive items, so
It's
don't
off
get
the
used to it.
Tolkien menu?
Huh?
It's off the Tolkien menu?
This is a feast.
It is a feast.
Sounds
It's
fantastic.
first and second breakfast, right?
I do that really weird alligator eating thing where you just swallow everything whole.
Okay.
Just make a huge mess.
Do you ever ask if somebody can help you rip the bigger pieces apart, or you just both bite it and spin around the room?
You hold the sleeve and
Yeah.
Just roll around on the
spinning around.
It's very obnoxious eating.
Oh God.
After you get your breakfast, which is just mountains of fried meats and various other
Everyone only has 20 feet of movement the rest of the day.
You are free to do whatever you need to do here in town. You don't see anybody that obviously belongs with Madam Nightshade here in the inn.
I will. That's where Pate's gonna go. He's gonna go ask about our pay from the day before at the. I'll ask around to figure out where it is, and then go by there. I don't know if it's gonna be open this early in the morning, but at least I'll know where it is.
Yeah, that you get directions, and they say they'll probably answer the door. I mean, I doubt they've gone to work just yet.
I will go with Pate, but before I do, I want to press a gold piece into the half-orc lady's hand.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. You put us up in a lovely home and fed us breakfast and gave us drinks. Thank you.
Well, you have a wonderful time, and stay out of trouble.
And wink.
All right. She seems taken aback as you exit.
Just so I know, how attractive is this half-orc?
As half-orcs go, okay. Like, she's obviously got she's about your standard mix of of orc and human. She has it's clearly that the human was local though, because she's got like she's green, but she's pale green with a dusting of darker freckles, and her hair is like reddish brown plaited.
Does it have an auburn hue though when the sunlight hits it just through the windows?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I thought she would.
Word.
You're having fun wrong.
You can check out the later half of this show with Frakes on our OnlyFans.
Sorry, after hours with Frakes and half orcs.
Right. So you two are headed.
Bored. I'm not being creepy or weird.
Okay.
Hand jobs and half orcs, my new game.
What the listeners couldn't see is your not weird wink that you gave them.
I was making sure that was portrayed appropriately.
Right.
In the audio.
Exactly how sweet it was.
I'm with you, dude. I'm there.
All right. So you two are heading to find Madam Nightshade at the Velvet Room.
I'll drag Kate out of. I was like, dude, come on. There's a whole town out here. We can find some.
There's a whole town with a whorehouse out here.
We're going to the whorehouse right now, so we'll come back to.
All right, morning whores. Okay, how about the rest of you? What do you
I
folks
want
doing?
to more than good.
I will ask Cade to please grab my cut since they don't want me over there, and then I will hang around Brodus.
All right, you and Brodus.
Brodus is gonna go back to the guy's house that we rescued to check in on how his healing is going.
All right.
Brodus, you do know that Groblus is going with you in case there are extra. If he's passed, there'll be fingers.
There will be fingers.
I would prefer if you watch the door for criminals while I'm inside with this peaceful family.
That's the disclaimer we need.
All right, Brigwin or Shadow, do you guys have any agendas for the day?
Who is taking care of the wolves?
I assumed it was you since you're the
I thought
outdoorsy type.
Yeah, I want to make sure they get taken care of and like spend my time trying to find them a good home.
Okay.
Good
About
home
that
for these
breakfast.
wolves.
And Shadow?
No real plan, so I'll help Bray with the wolf pups.
Okay. Well,
And by help, he means sleep 18 hours.
In a tree where I cannot be seen nor of any assistance whatsoever.
With the
Just
sun
follow
being
the sunbeams across
just
the floor.
perfect.
His hair also looks auburn in the sunlight.
all right, Brutus and Groblith. When you step out of the inn that day, you see that the clouds have cleared. It's bright, but still cold and windy. As you head down the streets, trudging through the snow.
Trudging through the snow. It's really fucking slow.
Eventually, you get back to the Lim household, and whenever you go inside, you're greeted warmly by Mrs. Lim, and she says, "I'd love for you to have a look at him. And do you have medicine skill?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a healer's kit?
I've got
Or do you have the proficiency?
herbalism kit.
Herbalism? I'd say this counts, so you can add additional +2 if you're using your herbalism kit.
Okay.
I actually have medicine, so can I assist him?
Sure.
Oh,
Guarding the door, sir.
look at me rolling 2 dice. Ooh, and one of those dice is a 19. So
Fuck
that's
yeah.
a 26.
All right, so you two come in and you have a look at the man. She has him warm, bundled up, but you have to like uncover him and have a look, and you can see that his a lot of his extremities are very dark in color. Many of his toes have turned black, and it looks like he might be threatened to lose them if you guys hadn't come in and started administering to him. So you guys begin basically giving him some medicines, some things that will increase his circulation. Basically, like tell his wife to put as much peppers and things as he can stand in his food to get his blood pumping. Make sure that some healing can get into those toes. He still might lose a couple, but if you can get his circulation maybe above normal here in this cold weather, you might stand a chance of keeping them.
I suggest he stays inside for several days.
She nods. And after that, though, she says, won't you stay for tea? Are you hungry?
Oh, the Shattered Shield gave us a hearty breakfast.
Oh, there's a rarity. Oh.
They seem to be a big fan of your husband here, and were gracious when they heard our stories of his rescue.
Oh, well, they're probably going to be less gracious when they hear that he won't be able to man the stables in a week or two.
Well, is there any... People keep saying that we've arrived early for delving. Does that mean that we will be postponed in our ability to delve?
Well, that really depends on that really depends on the dragon, honestly.
What dragon? Yeah, what dragon?
The dragon that guards the keep.
Well, he prefers his meals certain times of the year.
Hey, you're not there. You're at a whorehouse.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not there. Do either of you have history or want to try and roll it?
I do not have history. Let's see. Anything else?
Is this like Pathfinder where you have to have
No, you don't.
it to roll, or can I just roll?
You can attempt to roll it.
I mean, I have 0. I'll attempt to roll it as well. See if I get anything.
12.
All right, that's fine.
17.
That's great too. It's pretty common knowledge to the both of you, at least, that the Delver's Keep is guarded by a dragon. That it's just part of the legend of Delver's Keep. A dragon sits at the gates, deciding who may enter and who may not. The dragon is basically just something that is so ingrained into the tale of Tribulation Keep that you're just honestly almost surprised to hear that it's real. Like you just thought, you might have thought it was a fancy flourish. You know a little bit more details about it, Groblith. That it is apparently a bronze dragon by reputation.
Which one's the bronze dragon? That's neutral. Or it's a
No.
characteristic about bronze dragons?
They're bronze.
They are normally goodly natured, or at least not evil.
Yeah, they're not evil.
Okay.
They're they're an earth dragon, I believe. No, they're an air dragon, aren't they?
Picture bronze is acid, though.
They're a mixture of tin and iron.
Yeah, then they're an earth dragon. Yeah.
Does the dragon have a name?
Yes, she does. I can't pronounce it though. She says it's dragonish.
Spell it, woman. We need to know.
Could you try your best? I speak Draconic.
All right.
I cast Google Translate.
What's its name? I Nutrog the Unbustable. I don't know.
Okay, here it is. I found it.
Not really unbustable.
I really wish I came up with that, but no, I stole that.
The lady begins trying to sounding out the name, and eventually you figure out, based on the syllables that she is trying to put out, is that the name is Nara Brindalf.
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 Does that have like a direct translation or something like that?
Or
is it just a word in Draconic?
It is just a Draconic name.
Okay.
Could we have its place of origin? The place of origin of the word? Could you
Dragons.
use it in a sentence?
Yeah, what's its etymology?
Edamame. That's some beans.
It's Nara, which means shut, Bryn, which means thee, and Dalf, fuck up.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
That's a good name. I wish my name was
Powerful name. Powerful.
Oh, great. Shut the fuck up.
So yes, she tells you the name of the dragon is Nara Brindalf. But it only wakes up whenever it wants to, and then beyond that, the gate is usually barred.
We shall see.
Okay, so moving on to the Velvet Room.
To the whole house, yeah.
The Velvet Room. You find yourself at one of the buildings in the middle of town. And you see that there are actually a number of shops here in Delver's Gate. None of them are open at this hour, but you see that they're still maintained. But you move to what I guess passes for the red light district here, which seems to be a very narrow side street with a fairly largish building that probably at one time was an inn. And you see it just has a bronze plaque on the door. It just says Velvet Room.
I'll step to the door and just give it a knock. I don't want to just walk in, obviously. And Peyton knows enough to know that this is not the normal operating hours.
Okay.
It's barely second breakfast.
You give it a good hard knock. Nothing happens for a good long time. And then finally, you hear a voice on the side. I swore I heard something. Hold on. The door opens and you see a red-faced dwarf looking up at you. She's got her hair done in curlers. She's wearing a robe. She's like, "Hello, we're closed."
Yes, I realized that. I apologize. I wanted to come before normal business hours.
It's you.
Yes. Hello. It's good to see you again.
Two of us at least.
She looks at. She's like, "Is the other? Is the?"
No.
She makes a biting sound or gesture.
No. We left that. He's over that way.
We were asked to not allow him back, so we have not allowed him back.
Oh, good. She was bitching about that for hours. Come on in. As you guys come in, she calls out, "Girls, we got company. Robes on."
There's no need for all the
Robes.
We just need to speak to Madam Nightshade.
Yeah.
She takes you to a place that, like, you see that this place has a lot of. When she leads you inside, like, it was probably also a small tavern and inn as well, at one point. But it looks like everything is covered in white sheets. It looks like everything was put up for the winter, and you see some of them have been pulled off, and some of the girls are just sitting around eating a breakfast, looking at you. You see a stage has been constructed at one end of the inn. as
there
well as
pole
the
arms on the.
Hmm?
I was just asking if there's pole arms on the stages.
no, there's no pole arms on the stage. There's no
Just regular poles.
no, but you do see a small bandstand in front of it. You're guessing this is probably a burlesque show. And you guys are sat down at the bar and wait a few minutes, watching the girls just sort of idly chit chat, give each other makeup tips or whatever the fuck women do with their time in the morning.
That's very, very enlightened of you, Terrence.
Thank you. And finally, Madam Nightshade comes down. She is dressed to the nines. She's not in her traveling clothes anymore. She's one of those people that seems to wake up almost perfect. Very upsetting. Her makeup is perfect. You see that now that you can see her up close without her things on, she has a pair of horns that her hair is wrapped around. A tiefling.
Ah.
She's wearing like just a very conservative but still kind of bodicey cut, conservatively cut but very bodicey kind of dress. She says, "Good morning, gentlemen. You're here for your pay, I assume."
Yes, madam. Hopefully we're not too early.
And I'm glad you've followed my instructions. Wonderful. I'm very serious. I don't want to see that lizard around here anymore. He upsets me.
I do not believe that he is interested in mammal flesh.
I think he is interested in mammal flesh, if I know my lizard folk.
Only for eating, and not in the fun kind of way, but in the upsetting, bloody kind of way.
I will instruct my my bouncer to deal with him if he sees them. So be aware.
Understood, madam. Yes.
She produces a bag and puts it down. Here you go. Here's your gold, gentlemen. Make sure you come back to spend it here once we're open.
A 150, I trust. Right.
What's that? Sorry.
150 gold pieces, as we agreed. Yes.
Yep, it's all there. Don't worry.
I trust you. I just wanted to make sure that we obviously there was a little bit of chaos on the road.
I do apologize that we had to leave you to trudge the last 50 yards to the town on your own, but there was a man's life at stake, and good news, we saved his life.
That is good news. I'd hate to see the customer base dwindle here, but anywho.
Would any of your girls be interested in a wolf puppy?
Yes, we saved them from their mothers.
No pets, please.
They would make excellent guard dogs after you train them well. They need a firm hand.
I have my own guard dogs. They'll be in the next train.
Lovely horns, by the way. I did not notice them on the way in.
Well, I try to disguise them when I travel. I don't like getting stared at at least not in a non-professional capacity.
Are they black horns, or what color are they?
It seems like they are they are very goaty. They're like sort of a tan horn, but she seems to take care of them. She polishes them.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the need for discretion, and I'll kind of look at her for a minute. My eyes will, my pupils will go vertical for just a second and go back to normal.
All right. She nods and says, "Well, gentlemen, we have a lot of work to do to get this place in shape, so if you don't mind."
Absolutely. Pleasure doing business. If we if you have need of us again and we're still in town, feel free to call on us.
Before I go, I point to the stage. What kind of show?
Dance there.
What kind of shows do you put on the stage? Is it just dancing, or do you do plays, musical numbers?
Music, dancing. Occasionally there'll be strip teases once the wine starts flowing, but we try to keep it tasteful for the people who aren't paying.
My friend likes to quote poetry, if that's something that you do here.
We also have slam poetry night, of course. There's always.
I turned to Pate. Which one?
You, my friend, you would kill up there. It was great.
I love my poetry.
Yes.
Good day, good luck, and we will. Yes. Goodbye.
I'll give her a curt bow, and then we'll turn to leave. Obviously.
All right. She nods. One of the girls escorts you out, and the door closes behind you, back into the cold streets. Meanwhile, Brigwin and Shadow. who is asleep.
Kevin.
Oh wow.
He legit fell asleep.
Kevin.
Good.
Oh,
Somebody
God.
throw something at him.
Oh, that needs to go on Patreon.
Oh. Dude,
It
it's
is.
late. It's 10
Did
o'clock.
somebody get the video of that?
I am recording everything.
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah, please put that clip on. Just that.
It was a nice, peaceful sleep. I'm
it,
glad.
it looked very restful there, Kev.
Yeah. We're keeping you engaged.
You're intergaged, I can tell.
Cheers. It's your
Another
you're up.
reason.
Just answer the question, Kevin, and we'll move on to the next thing.
That's the other reason that you don't split the party, so that nobody gets bored.
It happens.
All right. As you guys leave the inn, you were given a sort of vague generality of directions. It's like, yeah, there's some people in town that do tame animals. Like some adventurers like to attack animals with them into the dungeon. That rarely works out well, but we still sell them here. But I'm not sure if those folks have arrived.
I'm looking for more of a peaceful home for these animals.
Wolves? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough sell to get people to take in wolf pups.
No,
These good boys need a forever home.
they do.
Looks like it'll be forever with you in the dungeon.
I didn't take handle animal when I'm not gonna.
On the job training.
The bar worker, a girl, half orc, tells you, well, I do know of a man who might be interested in them. I can't tell you that he's going to give them a great home, though he might use them for like other things, not like dangerous stuff, or he's not a cruel man by any stretch. He's just, he's an outdoorsman.
Loves wolves.
That sounds like could be amenable.
She's like, all right. She grabs a scrap piece of paper and draws you a quick map. She's like, here's the town, and there's Tribulation Keep there, but here's our inn, and if you go down behind our inn, out past these houses here, there is a narrow road that goes down the side of the mountain that leads to the old miners' camp. Lurt Cliff Dweller is the one you're looking for. She tells you, yeah, he's paid by the town to maintain the old camps.
Well then, Shadow, care to take a walk?
Yeah, let's go take care of these. Let's go meet this guy.
All right.
All right, scoop up the puppies and let's hit it.
All right. You scoop up the pups and head out into the cold. It's a short walk, as indicated by the map. You move through the narrow streets in these old buildings, and as you get out to the edge of town, the buildings seem to get older somehow, in an incongruity to how other towns are constructed. And finally, you get a narrow road where you see that the mountain slopes down at a fairly severe angle, but you can also see a number of stone huts jutting out of the mountainside, with a much larger one a couple of levels below. And it doesn't take you long as you're moving down the path that you can actually see the person you're after below you. He's a very burly half-orc himself. He's outside chopping firewood outside of his cabin. He walks, as you walk up down the narrow pathways past these old stone encampments. And most of them just have like leather flaps instead of doorways. Like they don't seem to have much in the way of windows, except for maybe rough holes also covered with flaps. But they seem to be in okay shape. They're still up, but they also look very ancient. When you get down to where his cabin is, he's out there chopping wood, and he barely acknowledges when you come up, finishing a very fat round of wood, chopping it into very fine pieces, and then finally putting the axe down aside and says, "What do you want?"
Are you Lurt?
All right.
Can you take these puppies?
What do you? She looks down at the He looks down at the wolf pups. He's like, wolf, eh?
Yes.
I'm supposed to take. I'm supposed to collect coin if you have it.
Coin?
You here for are you here for a camp?
No. These puppies just need a home. Their parents were murdered, and they deserve a shot at life.
Murdered, eh? All right. He looks at the puppies and like takes them off your hands. He's like, and you're just giving me these wolves.
Yes. Please take them. This is my charisma of 8 speaking.
Okay.
Please take
Um,
I think
well,
issue
give is not quite the right word.
Oh.
We were looking to sell them, and we're told you might be interested.
Don't fuck this up for these.
Well, yeah. Make a persuade check.
Persuade is rolled a 19, so 21.
Bert looks down at them and like sticks his finger out, and one of them like begins making a sort of a sucking motion on its finger. He's like, no one's gonna buy pups that aren't weaned. But let's see. I haven't got much better to do right now. I'll give you a gold piece apiece for them, with the option to buy them back if you like.
Thank you. I take it.
All right. He digs into his pocket and pulls out a mass of silver and electrum. He's like, that should cover it. He's without a word, he goes into his cabin and shuts the door with the pups, and then comes back outside and grabs another hunk of wood and puts it down. And then he puts his axe up in the air. He's like, something else?
No, thank you.
All right. He said, I've not done the cleaning, and he slams down on most of the encampments. But if you're here first and need one, you'll get first pick.
First pick of?
He points up the hills to the very old dugouts, with the leather flap doors, like camps.
Like tents?
Nah, they're stone.
A stone camp?
Yeah, a dugout in the mountain.
the delving.
Ah, so. Indeed.
You find yourself you find yourself face to face with a person with nearly as many interpersonal skills as you.
Mhm.
And so you just kind of stare at each other, waiting for the other one to explain what the hell they're talking about.
How does these camps work?
He looks down and just like he's just seeing you again. It's like, work. You lay out a bedroll and camp in them. What do you mean?
How are they used?
How do you transport a stone camp?
You don't. You camp in it.
I am confused. Like, I am personally confused.
All right.
Out of character.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
The orc's sighs at the prospect of having to use more than 2 or 3 sentences at a time, words at a time, and says, usually a lot of delvers get here to town, and then they blow all their gold, and then they ain't got nowhere to stay. No inn will keep them anymore. But the city maintains. He points at the old stone dugouts in the mountainside. These camps.
I see.
If you can make it warm and make it habitable, you're welcome to it. If there's any left.
Why, thank you.
Mm-hmm. He goes back to chopping his wood.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Later that day, all right, so are you guys done with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much so.
All right. Later that day, you guys meet. I assume you guys meet back at the only place that you've gathered so far.
I'm going back where there was the biggest and the warmest meal.
Okay. You meet back at the Shattered Shield, and I assume exchange
Information.
information and gold, of course.
We each get 33 gold if we split it up evenly, except for the 3 gold from the wolf pups, which is fucking y'all split that.
Mr. Walker, are you going to be our treasurer for our group?
No. I just did the math real quick. 200
Faster
gold
than
divided
me.
by 6.
I like it. Somebody needs to
Wait,
keep up
we're
with it, though.
200. It
It's
was
250.
Oh, was it 250?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, somebody else is going to have to be the treasurer then.
it was
Step
25
shade.
gold apiece.
That's literally 50 gold each. There's 6 of you. Oh no, that's
Yeah.
right. Sorry, I was thinking
No,
300.
41
Yeah, I can't do
points,
math
6.
either. I'm fucking stupid.
41 gold and 6 silver pieces and 6 coppers. But whoever else wants to be the treasurer, go for it. I've already drank half a bottle of whiskey. I'm good. I like doing it. I'm just saying I don't have to be the treasurer and the loot keeper every time, but I like it. So
I think you should if you like it.
I
You
don't
can't say you
like
like it, then we'll all want you to do it.
I'm fine. I really do like doing it. I like
I'm
the
happy
I like the
when you do
conversions and the graphs. I do graphs and I do a lot of stuff y'all don't see that I enjoy doing.
So 41.
41 gold, 6 silver, and 6 copper.
Hmm.
And there's a little extra left over that will go to the banker.
Cade says, I don't want the silver or the copper. I have no need for it.
I do, so I'll take. Pate will keep up with that. Most of his life has been silver and copper, so I'll take that.
And I think, as a group, we should never split up again. We should only stay together and do everything together.
And don't ask me to go talking to people. It's not.
Noted.
It's not what I'm good at.
It's a very
especially not
wise.
tonight.
It's a very wise thing, Cade. Although we came here, we've obviously all led separate lives and separate ventures and came here separately. There's definitely some wisdom in grouping together.
So, Cade,
And,
you could say that sometimes you feel lonely. How does that make you feel?
Lonely.
Fucking lonely.
Mhm.
Lonely.
And how do you expect to deal with this loneliness?
By
All of us sticking together.
keep together. I
A
feel
simple man with simple needs.
having not. I don't know much of Mr. Cade's background, but I do seem that he's more used to being in a group than the rest of us.
Now that you're all back together, what do you intend to do from here?
Well, what I would, have we? I mean, has everybody been debriefed? We've all discussed the information that we've gathered.
If you do that, then yes.
Most importantly, I think that's what needs to come in, and I think the group the subgroup that made the most information gathering, the most beneficial information was with Toker and Noobs about the dragon and the fact that it's asleep.
And then it's real.
And that it's real,
Yeah.
not just a myth, you know.
Mhm.
And this is key because I mean we're on a continent and not just it's a large space and we've come from different parts of it. Pate believed that the dragon was at the end of the keep, not at the beginning. So that changes things a little bit, but so that would be the point of order. I mean, obviously, I want to get to the end of the keep. So that would be Pate's concern would be to how do we get past the dragon, or who knows about that? Who can even talk to a dragon?
I can.
There we go.
Good.
Start the
I know.
conversation then, dude.
That's who we want to talk to, a dragon.
I know. Does anybody else know Draconic?
Yes,
don't
I
think
do.
so.
I don't want. I have 8 charisma. I don't think you guys want me talking to a dragon.
We don't want you talking to anyone.
Mhm.
I mean, he's got to talk to some people.
Well, I mean, okay, so an intelligent dragon. What knowledge would not? God, I really don't. You know what I love about being a sorcerer and hate about being a sorcerer is the fact that I don't have knowledge skills. But, I don't know. Would anybody know how a dragon could talk or his common? Does it speak common? Can we communicate with it?
Dragons can speak many languages, generally, especially if they're of a great age. And according to what you've heard, this one is.
Dragons are generally smarter than humans by like a lot.
Sure. I'll
I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
anyone in this group is a human.
I'm human. I look human. Y'all know. I mean, y'all think I'm human.
Actually,
Hated human.
variant human.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is, how far away from where we are is the Shattered Swords keep? Tribulation keep.
About 5 blocks.
I mean, we're right there at it.
You're at a town at the gate of a dungeon.
Okay, so this is not.
It's called Delver's Gate.
Okay, so we're here at it. So we need more information, obviously. Before I mean, I don't feel equipped right now to go talk to a dragon about getting in the keep in the off season.
All right.
I believe we could just walk up to it, and if it is asleep, we throw rocks at it until it wakes up.
So Kay goes first.
Before
We hang back and see how that goes.
I'm okay with.
We'll wait for the roar and the
but
grunt.
Right, and then we wait for the on season and the train to come back around.
All
New adventurers.
All right, briefly before I close out, let's do this one little part.
Yeah.
While you're there, talking over your strategy about trying to communicate with the dragon, perhaps to maybe let you in the dungeon early. The woman who was sitting at the table the night before, like puts her utensils noisily on her plate, and she downs her ale, and you see her pick up like a paving stone and like cradle it, and then she walks over to your table, and you see she puts on a pair of glasses. She's got that headband on, and she's like wearing the frumpy sweater, and she's holding a rock, just a fucking square rock. And she's like, oh, I wouldn't go bothering the dragon this time of year. It's awfully fierce.
What makes you say that?
Oh, I have a lot of personal experience with it. She hugs the rock closer to her.
My lady, I'll pull a chair over close to her and ask her to sit down and tell us more. We're interested in going up there, but we want to be.
She's like, she looks around, and you see some of the patrons like looking at her too, and she's like, and some of them rolling their eyes like, uh-oh, here goes crazy. And she sits down and says like, I can tell you things about the dragon. All kinds of things about the dragon.
That is what we are asking. Thank you.
What do you need to know? I know you're here to delve, obviously, but I mean, if you're going to bother the dragon, you need to be prepared to reap the whirlwind, if you know what I mean.
I don't. How do you reap a whirlwind? They are not weeds.
It's a sort of an expression. Anyway.
What would we, obviously we are here at not a normal time, but we would like to, any information you have that would help us to, I mean, you had direct personal experience with the dragon?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's lived here as long as I have, obviously.
You've spoken to her.
Oh, I suppose you could say that, yeah.
No, I'm asking that. I'm not saying.
I mean, yeah, okay, I've talked to the dragon. I talk to it. You hear someone behind the table, like cough into their hand, like they're choking on their food.
So, okay, what's with the rock?
No, this is just, it comforts me.
Paving stone.
It's like your blanket, your binky.
It's lucky.
A lucky rock. Okay. Everyone has their superstitions. So you're suggesting that we do not go talk to the dragon?
Oh, I wouldn't go up there without anything to, offer it. Definitely.
Oh, it takes bribes.
No, I wouldn't say bribes. That's a little crass. It's a dragon, after all. I mean, it's tributes.
It does have accept tribute or barter.
Barter? That's so. That's not great. No, tribute. That's what you give dragons. Tribute.
So you're saying that bribes would be brazen?
It's not a bribe.
For the brass dragon.
Undignified.
Does it have a horde?
Thank you.
Does it have a horde?
Of course it has a horde. It's a dragon.
A horde of what?
Dragon stuff. I don't know. I've never seen it. It's a dragon.
We can throw some of these gold pieces at it.
I'm thinking the wolf pelts. Like that's might be a good thing to haul up there.
Why would
Disagree.
a dragon want a wolf pelt?
Don't know. Why would they want gold pieces? Like 100 of them that makes up a 4-inch stack.
Can I just do a general arcana check on dragons?
Sure.
Somebody, please.
Also, I will aid him so that he can roll with advantage.
All right. Well, the first one was an 8.
Are you trained in that? Or
You said we don't have to be trained. I was just waiting.
I mean, this would have taken place when we were like talking about dragons and everything. In fact, was up
sure,
there.
yeah. Well, okay, go ahead. Roll your Arcana check.
Roll your Arcana check with advantage. So I have proficiency in that too.
I rolled a 3 on that one, so no. No.
What she says sounds pretty legit to you.
Okay.
She says, okay. She leans in and says, here's the secret. And I'm not going to tell anybody else but you, since you've been so good to the town so far. You know, you haven't made trouble. And a lot of these delvers, they make a lot of trouble around here. And I don't want any trouble. She leans in and says, the dragon's very partial to, it's partial to books.
Books.
Books. It likes to read.
Oh, that's good.
Does it like fantasy or horror? What genre?
Romance.
History?
It's very voracious. Nothing dry though. I've heard it likes, things with a little action.
So we want to
Say
stay out of the nonfiction.
voracious or vivacious.
Voracious. You're a voracious reader. You're not a
Voracious.
vivacious reader. Not a.
What were you saying, Mahogany? I'm sorry.
So we want to stay out of the nonfiction section.
Probably, yeah. Just nothing boring, I hear. I mean, it's a dragon that has guarded a keep for 300 years. How exciting could that life be?
And who are you? What is your name? You didn't tell us.
Hmm?
Your name?
Dan.
Nan. Okay. Thank you. You are very helpful.
Thank you. She gets up and she cradles her rock and she walks back to her table to where the old man who does the books is, who's like shaking his head as she approaches. And then she turns around and walks back and she says, it also likes the tea berry liqueur from here, I hear. And then she walks back to the table.
We need another source.
Yes, we do. I believe she is, how would you put it gently?
Barking mad. Yes. So, obviously we need to gather more information. Is that is it late in the day already?
It's still morning.
Still morning. Jesus.
All right. So next week we'll pick up with doing a little bit more investigation if you want, or trying to bribe your way into the keep past the dragon.
We have nothing. We have literally like 40 gold pieces a piece, and the rags on our back. I mean, we're level 1, so we have nothing to barter with. We need information, and I'm all in favor of Cade's suggestion to just go up and throw rocks at it, and we'll let that see how that plays out. If nothing else, we will make
Cade
notes.
wants to do that, go for it, Cade.
We will make notes.
All
We
right.
will learn.